Hey, Sonny here. It's close to Easter time, so I'm going to show you how to play this a traditional hymn. Uh, Modernized style is called "There Is a Fountain Filled with Blood." Um, MercyMe does a version of it live, and it's really good, so you can check it out on YouTube. But to get to the song, there's only three chords, and the first chord is A. That's open A string, second fret of D, G, and B string, and open E string. And we have a D2 chord. I usually want to play the D2 chord in this song, I add also the A string. So I'm playing open A, open D, second fret of G, third fret of B, and open E string. And then we have eight, and then the third chord is E major. So it's open E string, second fret of A and D, first fret of G, and open B and open high E string. So it's A, D2 with A on top, and E. And that's it. You can also add an intro to it if you just want to play acoustic guitar with the congregation and worship, and you can do a quiet intro, like something like this. So the intro, what I do is I play the A chord, and then I play the on the B string. I kind of lift my ring finger up and play the open B string, and play the second fret B again. So so you can hear that note, the second fret B and open B. So and he ends on a D2 chord with the A edit, and then I just play arpeggiate, play the third fret on the B, second fret G, open E, back to the third on the B, and then you play the A chord again. You do the same thing over. You can actually don't play that B string. You don't have to play that. You can just play the A chord, D2. You do that twice, and then you get how many times you want. You can do prayers over that, and then you can start singing. Alright, so now we know we only have three chords to use in this song, so let's kind of go over the strumming pattern. The strumming pattern goes like this. It's pretty easy. You go 1, 3, 4. So if you do slowly, just 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. So in the between 4 and back to 1 again, you kind of do down up. So go 1, 2. So that's pretty much the strumming pattern, and you can play around with it. You don't have to strum the entire time. You just let the note rain out, let the chord rain out, or you can do arpeggio. It's very free form. You can do whatever you want based on the time you're worshiping and the and the mood of the song, and where you want to go with it. So anyway, so we cover the chords, we cover the strumming, So let's cover the actual verse. And there are, every verse is the same, so I'm just going to go over one verse. First line. So the first line is A to D2. Okay? There is a fountain filled with blood. Alright. Second line is A and E. Drawn, so go filled with blood. Drawn from Emmanuel's vein. The third line is A and D. And sinners plunged beneath that flood. Fourth line is A, E, and A. Lose all that guilty stain. And then next line is A, E, and D2. Lose all the guilty stain. Next line is just A and E. Lose all the guilty stains. Next line is A and D. And sinners plunged beneath that flood. And the very last line of the verse is A, E, and A. Lose all the guilty stains. And goes, and then you repeat the same thing again in verse 2. So it's A, D, line 1, A, E, line 2, A, D again on line 3, and line 4 is A, E, A. Line 5 is A, E, D2. Line 6, A and E. Line 7, A and D2. And the last line to go back is A, E, and A. And you can also play some melody over it. If you want to drop out the singing in the middle and play just the vocal melody using the guitar. So you do something like that. You just play around the chords. So the first part, so it's open A, 4th fret on the A, and 2nd fret on the D. And then what I usually do, I play the 2nd fret and D and G together and hammer onto 4th fret on the D string. And you play the 2nd fret again on the D string. Second fret on G, G again, and then 4th fret on the D, and then 2nd fret on the D. Play it twice on the 2nd fret on the D, and then and then you play the second fret again on the A, on the D string, I'm sorry, and then 4th fret on the A, and you play the 2nd fret on the D and G, hammer on to 4th fret on the D. Back to 2nd fret on the D, 4th fret on the A again, 2nd fret on the D, and you play the E major chord. You just arpeggiate the chord if you want. Just play the E major chord. So far we have this. And repeat. Next part. So what I'm doing is I play the 2nd fret on the A and D, A and G together. I'm sorry. I'll play the 2nd fret of D and G together, and then play the 4th fret on the G string, and then I'll play the 6th fret on the G and B5 together, and then 7th fret on the D string, and then I play D6, G4, and B5 together. And I play it again and hammer on with pinky to the 6th fret on the G string. So, and then you play 2nd fret on the D, on the D and G again. And you can do it again. So that part is a little different. So after I play I slide down, I'll play the 4th fret on the D and 2nd fret on the G together. And I break it up and play 4th fret on the D string alone, and 2nd fret on the G string alone. And then 2nd fret on the G string again, 4 and 2 on the D, and then D again. A 2nd fret on the D and a hammer on this 4th fret. I'm sorry. So 2nd fret on the D, 4th fret on the A, back to 2nd fret on the D, and then E major chord. You can do the same melody if you want to do a little higher. If you want to play for MercyMe's version, that's a studio recording. MercyMe does a song. You can do the exact same chord, A, D, and E, but you put a capo on the 3rd fret. On your acoustic guitar, you just do the same thing. Play the A over here. There is a fountain filled So just play it higher. It's just the same chord. So that's the MercyMe version. Same chord, just move up 3 fret using capo.